Yes, dear ones, and this is Tara, and what a pleasure it is to be with you this evening. Certainly so. And as we took a moment to connect first with your higher selves, with your souls and spirits, with God and Goddess, to see what is important today. Certainly so. So much additional energy is available to you at this time. The full moon that just passed, now waning, and yet still quite full. The solar flares, adding energy, an indicator for you to gather new energy into your very being, to expand your sense of self, to be more conscious that new energy is needed. You may be finding yourself feeling as though at effect of the chaos in the world, not sure what to make of when you create what you want and when you create something you do not want. And as you just sit back and relax and allow that new energy to fill you. So this evening, certainly so, a meditation to gather new energies. We do this frequently because of who you are becoming. Because the you that already has created what you want, not necessarily in the form you think. It's very important to be fluid, to be flexible, to be available to something more than you can currently perceive. Certainly so, to have what you want is part of being a reality creator. And at any given moment, your illusion reflects back to you. Where are you at about having what you want? And we are not saying to diminish what you want, but rather to reach for more, to ask for more miracles, more of the stuff of reality beyond what you think you can create. You see, the logic is going to dictate what you choose because there's still that template of cause and effect at work. You exist in time and space, and so you apply that template automatically. You have learned to do so. You did not come in being that way. When you first came into the physical plane, you wondered, what is this time and space? It's so difficult. It takes so much time. When in reality, the reality you had before entering the physical plane, you knew that you just be it, and it is so. But in the physical plane, you came here to show your work. You wanted to apply who you are being to the equation of manifestation, of an interaction, a communion, a co-creation with earth consciousness, unlike anything that had ever been before. For this universe was by your design, each of you contributing what you wanted it to express, what challenges you wanted to overcome, what changes you want to make, what dreams you and higher self and soul had for what's possible as a reality creator. Always intending to move into the next level, that of co-creating. So co-creating was the norm before you entered the physical plane. But in the physical plane, you had the impact of the separation, the disconnection. That was part of the chauvinistic template, part of what you challenged yourself with, thinking, well, I'm not going to ever forget who I am. I'm not ever going to feel separate from God, Goddess. How can I? The truth of the matter is I'm always connected. And that higher truth exists 100% of the time in your higher self and in your soul and spirit. But in you, in the conscious mind that you are here in the physical plane, it was forgotten. It was lost. And so it has been decades of creating the map to return, to come home to your true self, to come home to that natural state of connection. And you are here. You may not think so all the time because the conscious mind, it still struggles with this understanding that the identity, the image, is a form of separation, is a form of stepping back from that connection, to reflect, to review, to choose anew what you want to create. It has a function, it has a purpose, has a luminous intent. And so as you're moving forward into dominion, into that new world of dominion, one of the qualities that you intend to choose for that design is to be connected and conscious together. To have that communion dictate your path forward. And that is very different from what your world has been about. For you have been individuating. This lifetime being at the furthest most point of separation. When you first entered the physical plane, you felt the pain of that separation. You felt lost. You felt alone. However you interpreted it, you felt it was wrong. Should I even be here? This isn't what I was expecting. And along the way, you've been awakening through the different faces of soul. Certainly so. And through the maps that you've been making, the questions you've asked of what is this universe that I am a part of? Who am I in the context of this universe that is supposedly an illusion and yet feels so real? Who am I really? As you encountered your higher self, as you explored soul and spirit. Whichever path you have chosen, it has helped you along. It was pre-planned by higher self, by soul, by you. You chose a path of elegance, a path of awakening, knowing that as you awaken, the world awakens as well. It must awaken as you do, for it is your presence that matters. It is your existence that sparks the changes. It is, in a sense, a paradox because there is so much of the illusion that is also part of the more real. But when you really let it in, that this physical experience is the illusion, and that the more real is where you exist all the time. You are never separate. You are never alone. Not truly. The aloneness was an illusion that needed to be healed, needed to be confronted. Part of your journey of individuating. And you have rounded the bend, no longer separating. Now you are integrating. Not as though you haven't been integrating all along. You have been. You've been gathering and integrating, letting go of what doesn't serve you, changing along the way. And yet now the focus, the emphasis is on integration, becoming whole, knowing that you are whole, whether you recognized it or not. And so you're having to confront, okay, I have this mechanism, whatever it is, control, martyrhood, pain, shame, whatever it is, sorrow, a failure, despair, hopelessness. It's a mechanism that I chose to separate, to keep the separation alive so that I could inspect it, so that I could learn from it, so that I could understand that it is up to me to be in it or out of it, to be connected or disconnected. And now you're recognizing the longing for is strengthening. The longing to be connected is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And when you resist it, it causes pain. And so your work, your maps to be made for you and your world are that method of connection. How do I want to connect? What are the many ways? Is it through my creativity? Is it through my passion? Is it through my power? Is it through my voice? Is it through my dreaming and visioning? Is it all of these things, depending on who I'm being in the moment? You're going to lead with one, and that one will give you confidence. And then you'll find yourself expanding to other mediums, other avenues of connection. Other avenues of connection that have always been available. But for whatever reason, you may have decided, well, that's not me, or that's not for me. Because in the separation, the sort of thoughts that occur are, I am all alone. I'm not enough. I'm not capable. Can't move forward. I don't have what it takes. But as you find the key for you, the key to connecting, for some, it is simply to receive the love, the unconditional love your higher self has for you. And in receiving that love, something changes in you. And you become available to create something new. Just an example. For each of you, it is different. Follow your muse, as they say. All right. And so let's do a meditation to explore connection, to receive new energy in whatever form it comes for you. It will be what your higher self and soul have requested. And so to be aware of that co-creation that is occurring already on your behalf. All right, and so lean back or lie down and gently close your eyes as you prepare to meditate. Breathing in a gentle breath of relaxation. And on the exhale, release the stress and strain from your day. Breathing in more relaxation. Begin to feel the muscles relax, beginning at your neck as your head leans back, the shoulders drop. The breathing becomes easier as you breathe in more deeply, breathing in that relaxation. And on the exhale, release that which is not yours. Energies you may have encountered throughout your day, old memories that no longer serve you, drift away. as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation, as you prepare to meditate. That relaxation flows down your shoulders, past your elbows, and out your fingertips, as the energy flows down your neck, throughout your heart, down into your belly, past your hips. You feel the joints relax. Didn't realize the tension that was stored there and now is releasing. As the energy moves down your legs, past the knees, and further down out the feet, as each toe begins to relax. We will count from 10 to 1 with each descending number. You'll go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper into an altered state of mind we call meditation. Breathing gently in and out at your own pace. Allow the breath to take you deeper. And we will count from 10 to 1. At the count of 1, you'll find yourself in your safe place. Your safe place may be a beautiful place in nature or a room of your own design. Familiar, beautiful, and safe. And so we count 10, 9, 8, going deeper, letting go. 7, 6, 5. Begin to sense safety around you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are there in your safe place. Feel the tingles on the soles of your feet as the earth energy rises up to greet you, swirling around you and within you, grounding you in safety. As you open your mental eyes, see what safety is made of for you. Sense the beauty of your safety, the healing power of the energy, the resonance of safety, for it is imbued with memories, with healing energy, with love, first and foremost. Unconditional love is in this resonance of safety. As you move about your safe place, notice the sacred objects you've placed there on different occasions, a beautiful crystal, a mantle of magic, a staff of power, a key, a blueprint from your Syrian magician, other symbols or sigils from soul, from spirit, from God and Goddess. Make your way around safety. Notice the boundary, near or far. May be the same as it always is, reassuring in its consistency. Perhaps it has expanded or contracted. Whatever's right for you at this time, whatever gives you that sense of safety, is where that boundary lies, just right for you. no judgment. You cannot get it wrong. Notice the time of day or night in the light of the sun, the moon, the stars, the gentle breeze, the moisture, the healing energy flows from safety to you, filling the gaps, filling you up with healing energy so that you can finally relax and just be. So peaceful, so reassuring. Invite your higher self to join you in your safe place. And at the edge of safety, a beautiful being of light appears. Or perhaps your higher self comes in personified form, familiar to you. As you approach each other in greeting, feel the love, the unconditional love your higher self has for you. As your heart opens wide, your mind expands. As you embrace or hold hands or just be together in safety. Today, an opportunity to gather new energy. Your higher self is checking your resonance to see what to gather, what is needed from the future. For the future already exists, the most optimal future exists and is weighing in on what you need. Perhaps something to let go of, perhaps something to gather, perhaps a shift in resonance. And so your higher self leads you beyond safety, across the boundary, onto a path. You feel the shift in the energy, the tingles that occur as you move beyond safety. The excitement of the unknown, the excitement of the adventure fills you. Perhaps you feel a little anxious because you do not know what will come, and yet, as with every other experience with higher self, it has always been so much more than you could imagine at the time. And so, in the trust that you hold of higher self, you move forward willingly. Perhaps you walk side by side with higher self, perhaps half a step behind so that you can daydream and observe and fill your senses with the environment. And as you walk, as is often the case, your higher self begins to ask you some questions about where you are currently at, what you are struggling with. Because even as you want to give a positive report, the most positive ever, you know that you are growing, you know that you are expanding, that you are changing. And in that context, there is chaos. There is an unsettling feeling, perhaps a low-grade anxiety, perhaps something more intense showing up in your physiology. A challenge here, a challenge there, that leads you to worry about the future. And the worry is not who you are. The worry is a mechanism from the lesser self. The lesser self reminding you through worry, hey, you need to focus on what you want to create and not the fear. But if you do not come up with something, we are here. Your lesser self reassures you, I am here to pick up the slack. I am here to keep you safe. I'm here to implement the usual program. The thoughts and feelings that are so familiar, that reassure you that you exist. And even as you hear the words, you think, well, my lesser self is constricted. My lesser self is based on the past. That's really not who I am anymore. As much as I value the surviving, I want more. I've been dreaming dreams of more. And so tell your higher self what those dreams are and what has gotten in the way. What has been challenging lately for you as you walk the terrain begins to change, almost as though it's reflecting the challenges that you speak of. Perhaps you feel the burn in your legs as the incline occurs, or perhaps you feel the shift from light to dark as you move into the forest. Perhaps you feel the breeze, a strengthening of the breeze off the water as you approach water's edge. Perhaps you feel an intensity of moisture as you encounter the waterfall. And you breathe it in with those negative ions. Wherever you are, become aware of the terrain. It is a healing place for you. Your higher self has guided you here with purpose. If you are at Ocean Beach, where the waves lap the shore with a rhythm that never ends, there is a certainty here, a beauty, a sense of forever. And even though the terrain changes subtly in time, it is not noticeable in the present. You are only aware of the consistency and the timelessness of the waves. And just focus on that rhythm, as though the energy is drawn from you and new energy is brought to you. And just follow that flow. Just be in the moment. If you found yourself climbing the mountain, you've made it to the peak. Not really a peak at all, but rather a plateau, a wide plateau where you can spread your arms wide and feel the air lift you, lift your spirit, bring you joy, free you from the constraints of the physical plane. You feel as though you could fly. Perhaps a beautiful eagle flies by, or some other raptor that you feel kinship with. Always looking at the details below. And yet, soaring above, only swooping down when needed, with purpose, with accuracy, with precision. And so let your mind wander as you soar above your circumstance, free of the constraints of the physical plane. You can look down upon you with those eagle eyes and just notice what you notice. Is there anything to let go of? Is there anything that needs to be extracted or consumed? Energies that no longer serve you? Fears, doubts, worries based in the past, or that were given, inherited, not yours at all. But in order to survive, you had to agree. And just notice those energies lifting. Perhaps you found yourself in the sacred grove, enjoying the darkness, the desensitizing, because you are so empathic, so aware of everything. And to just be in the cool comfort of darkness among the ancients. To commune with the ancients brings you peace, soothes your soul, soothes that worry, that fear, that doubt. Because you remember you are not alone. And you feel yourself in the presence of these ancients. You become more aware, more conscious of you and no others. In this silence, you can finally listen to what matters to you and make your way to the clearing, well lit as it is, allowing the comfort of the darkness before the light to calm you, to soothe you, to awaken you to who you truly are. Perhaps you found yourself at waterfall, enjoying the undine, the elementals at play, the moisture, drinking it in. It puts you in touch with movement, with the flow of the universe, the eternal flow, for that is how reality occurs, even in time and space. You cannot stop progress. And so why fight it? Why not direct it instead? To jump into the flow and experience an expansion. And you notice behind the waterfall a space. A path leads to behind the waterfall. Follow that path with higher self. For here you connect with earth consciousness. Or even as the water element brings the movement, the earth brings wisdom. For movement without purpose, without direction, without consciousness is just movement, just activity, not necessarily purposeful or fulfilling. So as you commune with earth, gather the wisdom in the silence, in the movement, in the darkness. Listen deeply for the heartbeat of Earth as it matches yours, as it teaches you of movement with purpose, with meaning. Wherever you are, at Ocean Beach, on Mountaintop, in Sacred Grove, in Grotto, behind the waterfall, wherever you are is where you need to be to gather what is needed. Just be in that place with higher self. And listen. You may not hear a thing. You may only sense the change within. For this body is an illusion, a gift from Mother Earth, a gift from Earth consciousness. And yet it is you, it is your soul that animates it, who you truly are, fills the cells with memory. You feel the light growing within you. Perhaps it begins as a spark in your heart. Perhaps it begins as a little flame in your belly. Perhaps it begins as a vibration. Allow the cells to gather what they need to rejuvenate, to remember who you are, the map maker, the magician, the reality creator, and now a co-creator. It's okay to be done with the illusion of separation. It's okay to be done with a past that got you where you are. You can feel the gratitude if it is there. You can feel the resentment if it is there, for how hard it was, or how much pain there was. It was all for you and all of your lifetimes. Sometimes the weight of those lifetimes more than you thought you could bear. And yet here you are, proving once again that you are enough. You are good enough, strong enough, beautiful enough, connected enough. And yet there's more. There's more you seek, more that you want, more you long for. And feel that welling of longing fill you. I want to know more. I want to be more. I want to create more. With harm to none, with elegance and ease, your higher self adds, so that the range of possibility is narrowed into a range that you truly desire. And even that range is so expansive. You will never get it done. How wonderful is that possibility? As you finally let go of the illusion that you have to be perfect, that you have to get it done perfectly, that you have to finish at all. For it is a process of growth, of expansion, of becoming more and more and more. A never-ending expansion. And feel that possibility fill you, lift you, fill you with hope, with dreams, with visions. not yet realized, anchoring you to a new world of your design, of your dreaming, of your visioning. And feel the presence of you in that new world, calling you now. Perhaps as a song, perhaps as a gentle breeze, perhaps as a longing within you, a sensation, a warmth, a magnetism. Feel yourself be pulled forward. You are guided. You are participating. Your participation is the key. For you are conscious. You hold free will, choice in the current moment. The choice was made, and so the future exists. But now there's the exploration of the many ways to create a map for you and your world to exist in dominion. Feel a touch from the future you, the optimal future self already in dominion. A touch on your heart or your third eye or your crown. Or perhaps holding your hands energetically, letting you know you are not alone. And as you return to consciousness, there you are, at water's edge, on mountain top, in sacred grove, behind the waterfall. Your consciousness returning, as though in a dream, a lucid dream. And there your higher self with you, ready to take you back with a gentle touch. There's no need to walk back. With a gentle touch, your higher self returns you to safety, remembering all that is appropriate. It's time to return. Your higher self says their goodbyes and moves to the edge of safety to return to their realm. As you prepare to return to the here and now, remembering all that is appropriate. Knowing that the energies will integrate as you dream tonight, give your permission to have that integration occur. And so we count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you will be back. With each number returning just a little bit more until at the count of 5, you will be back. 1, 2, 3, returning. Sense your fingers and your toes. Wiggle them about a bit, getting back into your body slowly but surely. 4 and 5. Open your eyes. You are back. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale to ground. Perhaps to close your eyes once more as you just take a moment to rub your legs or your arms or gently tap your forehead. And follow your breathing to ground into the current time. You went deeper than you know.